Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are well. We are told that rarity is a gift. In the world of gemstones, rarity makes you a diamond. In the world of personality, we're told being an INFJ makes you a mystical creature. But here is the cold, uncomfortable truth. In a society built on consensus, rarity isn't an asset, it's a liability. If you've ever felt like your mere presence irritates people, or that your questions feel like an interrogation to those you love, you aren't imagining it. You aren't a diamond. To the rest of the world, you are sandpaper. And today, we're going to find out why the very things that make you rare are the same things that make people want to shut you out. By the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the one specific social crime INFJs commit that makes even the most peaceful people feel threatened. And no, it's not your intensity. Most INFJ content treats your isolation as a badge of honor, but let's reframe that. Groups seek consensus, individuals seek truth. As an INFJ, you are biologically wired to bypass the social script and look for the glitch in the matrix. When you ask why, you think you're seeking clarity, but to everyone else, you're pulling a thread on a sweater they've spent their whole lives knitting. You aren't just asking a question, you're accidentally threatening their reality. At the core of the INFJ brain is introverted intuition, NI, paired with introverted thinking, TI. This is a lethal combination for social harmony. NI sees the pattern, the future prediction that seems like a wild guess to others, but feels like a mathematical certainty to you. TI demands that this pattern makes logical sense. Think of it like this. Most people live in the face value world. If someone says they're just tired, the world accepts it. But the INFJ sees the micro expression, the slight tremor in the voice, and the inconsistent history. Your NI-TI engine starts smoking. That doesn't make sense, you say. This is where the friction begins. You aren't overthinking, you're over-perceiving. To an SP type, someone who lives in the sensory present, your need to dig beneath the surface feels like a psychic invasion. You are the person at the party who refuses to look at the sunset because you're too busy analyzing why the person next to you is pretending to enjoy it. This leads us to the interrogation phase. When the INFJ encounters an avoidant person or a system built on "this is how we've always done it," we don't just walk away, we dig. We become the AI ethicist in a room full of programmers, focusing on the human soul while everyone else is focused on the hardware. When people dismiss your insights as crazy guesses because you don't have hard data yet, a defensive mechanism kicks in, the elitist trap. You wouldn't get it anyway, you think. You stop explaining. You retreat into a cold, intellectual tower. This is the moment you stop being an advocate and start being a judge. You realize that 50% of the population is, by definition, below average intelligence, and you use that as a shield to justify your loneliness. But is it intelligence that separates you, or is it a refusal to speak the language of the sensory? For a long time, you use your extroverted feeling to mask. You chameleon. You nod at the Thanksgiving table while your aunt explains her latest pyramid scheme. But FE has a breaking point. When the contradiction between what you see, NI, and what they say, FE, becomes too loud, the mask cracks. Suddenly, you aren't the nice counselor anymore. You're the person delivering the INFJ door slam. You don't just leave, you delete the person's existence from your internal hard drive. To them, it's a sudden, cruel shock. To you, it's the only way to stop the noise. You require years of good behavior to rebuild trust because you value actions over words. How do we stop being sandpaper? First, radical vulnerability. The very things you hide because you think they're too much are actually the bridges to connection. When you share your internal struggle, you stop being a mask and start being a human. Second, the data bridge. Your NI gives you the answer, but your TI must provide the receipts. Before you challenge someone's values, do the research. Back your intuition with sensory facts. If you want people to listen to your future predictions, you have to speak the language of the here and now. The unresolved tension we started with, why your presence irritates people, has a simple, haunting answer. You are a mirror. When you seek the truth, you force others to see the parts of themselves they've spent years hiding. You can't stop being a mirror, but you can choose where you shine your light. Don't waste your why on those who only want to hear because. Save your depth for the few who aren't afraid of the truth. In a world of consensus, seeking the truth is a lonely path, but it's the only one worth walking.